Hi, name's Will, and this is my project / bucket list. These are the journeys and adventures of me trying to complete it, some big, some small, and many obscure. Enjoy.
I think I forgot the GoPro.
G'day. As you may well know, I don't do the outdoors thing much. Now you could say, well that's okay, Will, you probably live in an inconvenient spot to experience said outdoors. Well, that would be true if I didn't happen to live 10 minutes away from a state park. Now I can understand the great outdoors is not everyone's cup of juice, but I've never disliked it. Over the years I've had my peaks of fancy with it, some of which you have seen on this channel, all to varying degrees of success. One of these peaks of fancies being the adder tree. What is that? Well, let me give you some dendrology and will history. A prior day ago I was talking to one of my mates and we happened to get onto the topic of tree. My mate mentioned, hey, did you know there was a really big one out the back of the state park? Really? It's called the adder tree. Apparently it was struck by lightning and snapped. Interesting. And so, my mind was picked. So what is the adder tree? Well, the adder tree is a mountain ash, the largest flowering tree species in the world, that are native to where I live in Australia. How large, may you ask? Well, the tallest tree ever measured was one of these bad boys at the height of 136.6 meters, or in American, 435 feet. To put that in perspective, I'm about this high, and this is how big it was. That's pretty big. And there were ones even taller than that, but they were never measured. What happened to them? Logged for building stuff. You know how some bridges are made of brick or steel? Well, these trees were so big that we made these, that were used to hold this up. The adder tree is one of the few survivors, being one of the few remaining mountain ash that is over 100, at about the age of 300. So with that nugget of information in the back of my mind, I was recently able to check out this mystical tree and see if my mate's story was true. So after a drive and a quick pop of lunch at a train, we arrived at the Yarra State Forest. Now there was a bit of a walk to the tree, so it was time to get those unfit lungs pumping and a nature walk montage going. Editor Will, hit it! Did have a presence because of its sheer size. I've grown up with big trees my whole life, but this was currently the biggest I'd ever seen so far. And my reaction, I don't know how I feel about this. This is really cool. Does it meet my expectations? I think it does. Let me explain. Everything I usually do on my bucket / project list is something bombastic, weird, or completely out of my skill set. So when I get to do these things, they are really big for me. But in this case, it was not. Sure, I have the athletic skill of a potato, but all I did was drive to a place and do a small walk to a tree. It was a little challenging, but nothing way out of my capabilities. So I was surprised at the calmness of it all. Mulling it over, I think it made me appreciate the small moments. Life can often be a chaotic, complicated mess that you have to try and navigate. No instruction manual given. You just have to try and do the best with what you've got. So when you get to slow down and sit on a moment, I think it made me appreciate it all. Or maybe I'm looking too deep into it and all it is a guy going, ooh, big tree. I don't know. But what I do know is that I had a burning question that must be answered. Did the tree get struck by lightning causing it to snap?
So the top of the tree breaks off at 1946. It doesn't say.
So there you have it, folks. I don't know. Thus concluding the adventure. 10 out of 10, wood tree again, tree was big.
Where's a tree?